All right, we should be live. Let's see if it's working.
Live?
Yeah,
Are we live?
I don't know. Let's see.
Check the comments. Check and see if the comments say, hey
There's
guys,
like a 60-second delay.
there's a 60-second delay?
Yep.
Well, let's get into it. We are here
It's true. I guess if there's a 60-second delay, we can't just sit here and wait.
at Lil Sasquatch's apartment in the West Village. And yeah, exactly. We can't wait. We have to pretend that it's working.
I think it is working. I think it's live.
Oh, look, comments. They're here. Perfect.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right.
Let's
awesome.
go. Podcast time.
Yes.
Podcasting from Little Sasquatch's apartment right here in the heart of the West Village. Primo turf. This is some of the most sought after real estate in all of New York City. In fact, a lot of young women will forego closet space, decent kitchens, general safety at night, just to say that they live in the West Village. True story.
Exactly. It's a very true story. Yeah, it's a great neighborhood.
It's
this is your first time being here.
It's a good neighborhood to haunt.
It is very.
You can haunt
believe in
women
ghosts?
in here. Huh?
Do you believe in ghosts?
Sure.
You do?
Yeah, I was talking about just being a general kind of lurky,
like a perv.
spooky guy. Well,
Have you ever seen You, the
an
show?
intimidating force.
Have you ever seen the show You?
There, but not seen. I have seen you. Yeah.
Isn't that in West Village?
It may well be.
I think it is.
It may well be. A lot of low windows. You're on a low floor, so it wouldn't be too hard
To get in here.
to be on the.
I've thought about it before, and I've thought about the fact that if someone really wanted to, they could just throw a fucking brick straight through that window.
we could do. no harm, no foul. Lots of foul though.
You're out of frame when
you
you
got
in like
nothing.
That.
You got no
don't play
protection.
with the curtain. Don't
You
play
got
with the curtain.
no protection here, amigo.
You got no idea how hard it took to set up that curtain.
How long do you sleep at night? How do you sleep at night?
Why? What do you mean?
Knowing that it would be very easy for someone to just scale up here and come on in here and
It wouldn't, because that door is sealed shut because of the mice. Do you see the foam on the side? There's no way anyone's getting in there.
But you said a brick.
A brick.
Brick would do it.
A
Should we
brick-
get a little closer, a little
could-
cozier here?
No, definitely not.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm
Come
sure.
on. It's chilly out.
You can move that bag, by the way.
I'll move the bag just to create a little more room for us to kind of
I
snuggle up here.
well, I'm happy to see you. I haven't seen you in a fucking long ass time.
Yeah, I got a funny story for you. I kind of told it to.
Is this going to be about Boston?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about stuff for us to talk about, and that was the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah, man. I went to Boston.
So please do get into it.
Pretty sick. I think it's the first time I've ever sold out all 5 shows in a weekend.
Yeah,
I've sold out 4 like weekends where I only had 4,
yeah.
but having 5 shows and selling them all out was pretty sweet for me.
Mm-hmm.
You've done it, so no big shakes for you.
No, I've only done it in Boston.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Boston for being incredibly like loyal and enterprising fans who they buy their tickets early.
Yeah,
they
they
come
do.
out. They're great crowds. I love Boston. I think it's my home city.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
'Cause
you're
I'm
from New
from
England.
Maine.
Yeah.
I'm from
It's
2
not-
hours from Boston. That was the big city to me.
Yeah.
And I went to school there for 4 years. And I wish I could live there.
In Boston?
I love Boston.
Boston's a nice city, but it's pretty small. There's not a ton going on.
Good restaurants, everything you need.
That's true. There is good restaurants. Actually, I don't really know. I like everyone is like I don't really know a ton about Boston, despite the fact that I grew up 30 minutes from Boston. But I was never at an age where I was like going out in Boston.
Yeah, good.
Like, New
scene.
York's the only. This is the first city that I was able to like go out in.
Right. Well, okay. So I'm there. I get there, do sound check, do all my stuff, play the piano, check all the levels.
Yeah.
Happy days, good to go.
yeah.
Shows are sold out. I'm sitting pretty.
Do you like that room?
I don't mind it.
Yeah, it's okay. All right, continue. This is so funny. I told this story to like 100 people.
I brought Brandon Barrera with me on the
Yeah,
road.
yeah.
So I have a trusty opening act.
yeah.
The host was this young kid from Boston named Jay Martin. Great host. Super funny. Just went up and did jokes. That's
Yeah.
what I like.
Yeah, it's a good host.
Save the crowd work for the headliner.
Yep.
So, 5 minutes before the show starts, the general manager of the club comes in and tells me, actually, it wasn't even the GM. It was the host.
Yeah.
this kid comes in and he's like, listen, they just told me that there's going to be a sign language interpreter on stage with us.
Yeah.
And I said, excuse me?
And it's not like you're doing a theater. It's a club. So the stage is only like 10 feet big.
Dude, the stage at Laugh Boston is tiny.
Yeah. I was cracking up thinking about it being at like Philly Helium.
It's so small. And I go, what do you mean? And he goes, apparently there are 25 deaf people in the audience.
Which is a large percentage of the crowd.
It's like 8 or 9%. Most clubs won't let a group bigger than 20 buy tickets.
Yeah, I know.
To avoid, I guess, like some kind of, to avoid having one group take over the whole show.
Yeah, because they easily could.
Yeah. So there's 25 deaf people in the audience, and they've got good seats.
Yeah.
They're sitting up front.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they're up there nice and cozy to the stage.
Yeah. They should be put in the back.
Well, your words, not mine.
I guess they have to be able to see the sign language.
That's exactly right. So I said, okay, well, hold on a second. Can the sign language interpreter be down next to their table, closer to them, so they can better see the signing? And they said, no, they need to be in the lights of the stage in order for them to properly see their motions and gestures.
Okay.
So, quite truly, the sign language interpreter was on the stage, 5 feet from me.
You sent me that picture of it.
And I'm going to be honest with you, it felt like the sign language interpreter was taking some liberties and kind of hogging the attention.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, the picture that you sent me, the host was on stage and the sign language interpreter was in front of the host.
In front. Standing in front. Was more upstage than we, the performers. And the deaf group was hard left looking out, and the sign language interpreter was facing straight forward.
Yeah.
And I know she knew where her group was. 100%. I think she is a failed actor or theatrical human and said, this is the closest I'm ever going to get. I'm going to milk this. I want all the able hearing people to see me, and I don't even really care about the people I'm supposed to be interpreting for. So, and then, by the way, I told the host, I'm learning all this in the green room, and then I tell the host, I'm like, can we get them in here?
Yeah.
To just like make sure we're all on the same page. And he says, sure, no problem. And so 2 minutes later, now it's 3 minutes till showtime. Okay. In walk 3 sign language interpreters.
Oh shit, so you got to like pick?
They rotated.
Oh my God, really?
Yes, they rotated. And they didn't like rotate. They don't know the act.
Yeah, so they're rotating in the middle
of jokes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Down she goes, up comes the next one.
So in the middle of that transition, you're losing 9% of the crowd already.
It was not easy. And
did you make any jokes about it? Like, did you acknowledge it?
Of course. And they were cool about it. Now, what we learned, and by the way, the sign language interpreters, first of all, it was 3 stunningly beautiful young women.
Oh, it was all girls?
Yeah.
Nice.
And they were all in the graduating class of their Northeastern ASL, which is American Sign Language or something, program.
That is what it is.
It had to be. I wasn't sure if it was
ASL?
Association of Sign Language.
Oh, no. I think it's American Sign Language.
What do you know?
I know ASL.
You know that?
No.
Me neither.
But I know a bunch of people that took ASL in high school. My mom's like fluent in sign language.
Is she now?
I think so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, the point is,
this is H.
H for Harry? Hairball?
Yep.
This is Trump.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
He's one of the few people. I said, do most people have their own sign, or do you have to just spell their full name out? And they said that most people don't. You have to spell the full name. Biden doesn't have his own symbol.
Really?
Yeah. I guess it would just be like a guy conking over and fucking dying. Just passing out slowly. No, but Trump because of the hair, which is pretty funny. I wonder if he knows that. Anyway, the point
They really made it based off of his hair?
Yeah, that his...
I thought that was just a coincidence.
No, this is Trump. The signs are pretty
Isn't
intuitive.
Trump's a word though? Isn't there already like a thing for Trump?
There probably is. I wonder.
But they gave him his own.
They gave him his own because he's mentioned so frequently.
That's crazy.
And then Biden, they have to spell out. Gorillas are this, which I liked.
Did you? Oh, so because you have a bit about.
I have
gorillas.
a bit about the gorillas.
I was gonna say, how the fuck do you know that?
They did the gorilla.
They did
bit.
it.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
And
Were
then,
people laughing like with that? Like when they did that, did everyone laugh?
Yeah. I did well.
Yeah.
But dude, the three girls come into the green room and they're there with their like graduating class teacher, another beautiful woman, and I was like, and they're all dressed.
Did you hand me that bag real quick?
They're all dressed in black.
Yeah.
And when I was on stage, I said, "Do you guys dress in black so as to keep a lower profile and not distract too much from the show?" You know,
yeah.
Subtext, hint, why are you, if you're all dressed in black and you're trying to keep a lower profile, why are you standing front and center in the stage?
Have you ever seen it like when like Waka Flocka Flame had this sign language interpreter? It's usually, I think it's at like festivals that they do that.
But those are the pros.
Yeah, but they're not even close to the center of the stage. They're like on their own platform, like off of the stage to the side.
One time I opened for Pat McAfee at Purdue University for 6,000 people, and it was such a large audience that he had a sign language interpreter.
Is it pretty common for theaters? I just saw Matt Rife posted a clip with the sign language interpreter.
I think that's when we'll know we've made it.
If you have a sign language interpreter?
Is when the venue just automatically appoints.
And they're like, there has to be at least one in the crowd.
An interpreter, yeah, for the handful of.
SD card in here?
Oh, whoops. Okay, so the point is, to wrap this up, I said you have to wear black to keep a lower profile. I feel like you guys shouldn't be keeping a lower profile. We should be championing you. This is really cool. Don't feel like you need to lie low. I was being a little sarcastic.
Yeah.
And
a little snarky.
They said, no, we have to wear black so that it provides a better contrast for the skin tone so that you can see the facial gestures more set off by the black clothing.
I guess that makes sense.
Which basically means
there's a whole science to this shit.
Yeah, and the whole fucking job of being a sign language interpreter is not available to black people.
Wow. Are you serious?
No. No, I'm not serious, you goof.
That would be crazy. That would be insane. I mean, it would kind of make sense.
I would just wear white shirts, I assume.
Like
I don't
lifeguards.
know. It seems like a question I'm not going to ask.
I made another jab. Oh, man. Welcome to Son of a Boy Dad podcast.
To Betsy.
Check this out. We got a little fucking... Did you hear that?
No, because you didn't give me headphones.
Well, because you don't get headphones. That was the do.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's great.
We got a bunch.
All right. One last thing. Yeah, they all would swap in. I guess that's the whole story. I don't need to talk about this anymore.
No, but it is a hilarious thing that happened. I remember you texted me like 10 minutes before going on stage, and you were like, "You'll never believe what's happening right now."
Just insanity.
Yeah, that would fucking throw me off.
To have a stunning, like highly theatrical and demonstrative person acting out your act in real time 4 feet from you on a stage.
Yeah.
What person in their right mind in that audience is paying any attention to me? I'd be looking at the sign language.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be looking at them the entire time. So you've never seen it like when rappers have the sign language interpreter? If you think what you saw was crazy, you got to see this. It is fucking nuts.
I think I've seen some TikToks of that. Yeah.
Like Waka Flocka Flame will have one of his, and it's like they're just straight up dancing. They're not even just doing sign language.
Cool.
They're like they're getting down.
Dude, apparently the facial expressions are a huge part of conveying tone, inflection, vibe, which I was happy to hear.
Yeah.
Because I felt very self-conscious as soon as I learned of this.
Because they're just going to be hearing your jokes like with no...
I was like, man, I don't feel like I've written my jokes tightly enough that someone who is simply transcribing them out with their hands and their face like is gonna And then I kept looking at the deaf group to be like, are they laughing? But a lot of them were wearing masks.
Oh, dude.
So I was like, oh, they're not just deaf. They're a bunch of filthy liberals.
I tell them to pick one thing. That's two things. That's crazy. You can't be deaf and wear a mask. How are we supposed to know how you're going to know what's going on?
Exactly. Now, another thing I learned after the show, because I said this all to the whole audience. I was like, there's 25. Apparently, there were only like 5 actually deaf people in the group.
Some of them were just hard of hearing?
No, the other 20 were students. So it was all part of the group. And then the 3 girls that had been selected to be the sign language interpreters this was like their senior project. They had to go out into the field and do a demonstration, a live thing. And they had selected my show, and they were like,
were they like fans?
No.
No, they just picked a random show?
And they made a point to say that. They were like, we selected you. We didn't know who you were. And I was like, well, why don't you fucking get the fuck out of here?
That's crazy. That imagine, like, who would be the worst person for them to pick? And they show up and they're just like, oh my God.
They were very complimentary to me because I speak slowly.
Yeah.
Which they said helps them a lot.
Yeah.
Because conveying comedy typically is very hard because it's so fast and people speak, they mutter, they swallow their words. So I think, I would say that these signers were lucky to have me.
Yeah, probably.
You're welcome.
You do speak slow.
I speak slowly. I'm very articulate. They could have gotten a lot worse.
Yeah.
Who in your mind? Who's coming to your mind that would have been harder?
I'm just thinking like Dave Attell's pretty fast.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Brian Holtzman would be hilarious. That would be so funny. Have you ever seen him live?
Mm-mm.
Oh, dude, he fucking just screams the entire time. He just yells the whole time. That would be so funny to see him with a sign language interpreter.
After the show, I met with the whole group, and by now I was enchanted by them.
Yeah.
I was excited.
You were under their spell, under their deaf spell.
Exactly. This was a cultural phenomenon I might experience once in my life. And so I wanted to start communicating with them. And I did speak to one of the adults in their group who was fully deaf.
Mm-hmm.
And so much so that she doesn't even speak out loud. She's just fully silent.
Well,
only
have you ever seen those guys speak out loud? It's a mess. They can't get a single word out. It sounds like they're like really banged up is what it sounds like. I used to do a bit about that. I used to do a bit about how when my stomach
banged up.
I used to do a bit about when I would have diarrhea, how my stomach would make a bunch of noises and it would sound like a deaf person trying to form a sentence. And it'd just be like, oh,
no. Oh, no.
But I stopped doing it because it was poorly received most times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It is a funny joke.
It is funny.
Yeah.
The point of this, though, is that...
Well, I forgot. You can't even make these jokes because now you're like a deaf community hero.
I'm an ambassador. I'm part of the squad.
You're probably all over the deaf subreddit.
By the way, the GM asked
deaf people for Francis Ellis.
She was in there for the whole intro in the green room, and they were talking about how this is a big project, and then the GM was like, "Well, would you like the tape of the show after to post on social media?" And they were like, "Oh, that would be great." And I was like, "Well, hold on a second.
Yeah,
I don't want my act
interpreted
out there."
Oh, wait, the sign language interpreter was asking.
No, the GM just offered them the tape. To like post on their, school's website. And
That's
stuff
crazy.
Like that.
They were gonna leak your whole hour.
You're talking about my entire hour of comedy. You're just gonna fucking burn that as a teaching tool.
That's hilarious.
No.
Well, on the bright side,
and then I had to be like, "I'm sorry, I'm prepping for a special. Is there any chance?" And they were like, "Oh, Mr. Big Special over here." Which isn't even... I don't even know if that's true.
It's like 10 years of work.
Yes.
And they're like, we're just going to put this on our high school's Vimeo account. And it's going to get 37 views. That would be so funny if they just leaked your whole hour.
Yeah, great signing. But boy, those jokes weren't very funny.
Those jokes need some work. The deaf community just fucking hates you.
Speaking of...
Yeah, they probably love you.
That adult, the one who was deaf, one of the teachers at the school who's fully deaf.
Yeah.
She started giving me notes on my set.
Really?
Swear to God. And she was using one of the students to translate to me.
What were the notes?
She was like, I thought you were good, but you can slow down even more.
Wow, that's crazy. You can't.
I was like, I don't know.
That set would
I was
turn
like, I
into
don't
a
think you'd be giving me
4-hour
that
set.
note if you could hear anything at all. Nobody has ever told me to fucking slow down.
That would be crazy if you slowed down. You should not slow down. It would sound like you're fucking ODing on Xanax.
Yeah, exactly. We went to see the gorillas.
Do you think you're going to record a special soon?
I'd like to. I got offered one of the Don't Tell sets.
Oh, really? Me too.
Did you?
Yeah,
Amazing. Are you
Yeah.
going to do it?
I think, but it's not for a while.
When is it?
Not till like March or May or something.
Yeah, I got offered the March one, but I can't do that. So I might go out to LA in January to do it.
Oh, that would be cool.
But
Those
I
are
don't
pretty
know.
Big. People like them.
Yeah, but that'll be like 15 minutes of what I would put in the special.
Yeah, and it's tough because it's like your best 15 minutes.
Yeah. Maybe it's worth it.
Yeah.
Anyway, point is, that was my weekend. Oh, and then on the next night, they told me that Alex Edelman was going to drop in.
Who's Alex Edelman? Is he related to Julian Edelman?
I doubt it. It's a pretty common last name.
What's his what's his deal? Who is he?
He's a good comic.
Alex Edelman?
Yeah, he's
No.
done a lot. He's more of, I guess you would say, he's huge in the alt scene. He's done multiple Colbert sets. He had a one-man show off Broadway that got promoted to Broadway.
Oh shit,
And he ran that for weeks and weeks.
that's cool. I don't know if I know him.
He's a New York comic. But he was doing the Comics Come Home at the Garden
Oh, okay.
with Burr and
So he's from Boston.
Pete Davidson and all those guys.
Nice.
Yeah. And he asked if he could drop in to do a spot to like work on his 8-minute set. He asked the club, and the club told me that, again, 5 minutes before the show. And I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, let's just put up this like incredibly talented, seasoned comic to fucking bury me
Oh yeah, who
before
did the
I go
Garden
up.
the night before?
Yeah. And then I learned that he had just come from Nikki Glazer's show at the Wilbur, where he had also done time. And I'm like, dude, what do you need this for? What more are you going to gain from
So he's
going
just
from
taking the steps down the ladder.
1,200 person sold out show to my, 300 seat, like hearing impaired, open caption, accessible show?
Yeah. That's pretty funny though. He did the Garden, then the Wilbur, and then
No,
just a
he
comedy
did. He
club.
did the Garden the next night, so he was using the Wilbur and my show to
Oh, to, like,
prep
run
for
a
his
set?
Garden set. Yeah,
That's crazy. That's good shit. Sounds like a fun weekend.
and then the check bounced,
Oof.
and now I'm getting hit with fraud alerts, and I don't
no.
know if they're related, but some company called IDT Calling and Billing has been dinging my credit card for $11 and $5 charges all fucking day. Yesterday, today, and the day before.
That's annoying. What is that all about?
No idea.
Wait, so you didn't get paid?
Well, I got the check and it hasn't. The funds weren't.
Oh, it didn't clear. That sucks. When I got paid there, they didn't. They wrote the check out to the wrong thing, and then they were like, "We're at it. We don't have any more checks." So they're like, "We're gonna have to send it to you. We're gonna have to wire it,"
Yeah.
which then that takes fucking 6 months.
Yep.
But
Not thrilled.
Boston's always fun. You get any lobster rolls?
I went to Neptune Oyster Company.
Yeah,
That place is elite, dude.
yeah.
Have you been there?
No,
It's incredible.
I've been to most places.
Oh, you're from there. You should go with your family. It's fucking
Yeah, maybe
awesome.
I will. Sounds awesome. I when I was there, I got a big ass lobster roll, and then I went back and I fell asleep for like 6 hours.
Where'd you go to get your ice lobster roll?
I don't even remember, but it was fucking good. I went with Derek and Mook.
Uh-huh.
Do you see Dave and Mook interacting?
Not really. I don't watch anything out of the Chicago office out of spite.
Out of spite?
Yeah.
Dude, people are fucking fired up. Oh shit, Tim Hitchings is back in the chat.
Come on.
Tim's always in here.
I made a joke.
We're trying to
about
make him. We're trying to
yesterday.
make him the moderator of the chat. 'Cause we're trying to keep the chat very, very positive. We don't want any nasty comments. I know
Really?
take your nasty comments over to the Yak, because I know the Yak has a lot of nasty comments. They used to try and hurt my feelings.
Mm.
Luckily, I fucking barreled through that. But
yeah, you made it.
we're trying to make the this chat the most positive chat. Everyone's just bringing each other up.
I think Tim's mad because I made a stand about TJ being part of our trivia team.
Oh, see, I'm not up to date on any trivia drama. I know there was like a bunch of drama
No,
yesterday.
you haven't worked for Barstool for like 6 months.
Dude, this is HQ4 right here.
You're on the Cobra healthcare right now.
But no, I've never been into the trivia stuff because I just know I'll be bad at it.
It's fun, but whatever. There's so much Barstool drama. I got into it with Kirk Minahan and Jeff D'Lo yesterday. Just trying to insert.
And Alex Cooper was there.
Alex Cooper came through.
How was she doing?
Good. I riffed with her for a little bit.
Really? I saw her come over and say, "Hi, Francis," and then she hugged you, and then you walked away.
Yeah, well, she was gonna sit down on the couch, and it was Barstool Radio, and I think that it was Tommy, Kevin, and
Oh, so you riffed off camera.
I came back because I had a whole bit that I wanted to do with her. I had a 60 minutes mockumentary interview thing I wanted to run with her, and I had been told, Erica had told me that I should do it. She had told me to come up with something.
Yeah.
And then Tommy got all excited because he wanted to do his Forbes 30 under 30 thing with her.
Because she was on it this year, right?
I think
or
so.
last year.
Yeah. And then Kevin did something with her as well. So I didn't get any.
You didn't get any Alex time?
No, didn't get any piece of A-Coops.
Everyone wants a slice.
Everyone wants a little toe cheese.
What was she doing in the office? She's filming something? Because I saw that she had that big-ass camera crew with her.
She did. I think she's doing a documentary, which will probably get sold to Netflix for $4 billion.
Dude, I got to get a documentary going.
The theater at MSG, and I think she sold out a couple of those. She was at...
I saw her and Hannah Berner did something together. And
did they know?
Big ass theater, yeah.
Oh, they co-headlined something?
I don't know if they co-headlined or if Hannah Berner was just a guest on it.
Hannah Burns?
That's crazy, dude. Everyone's doing theaters and arenas now. Not me.
No.
I'm a man of the people. I like to stick to 50% capacity clubs.
Yeah, when you start doing theaters, it just gets so hard to take pictures with everyone.
Well, exactly.
After.
I don't do theaters because it's just like a pain in the ass. You got to hire security. I don't want to have to deal with all that shit. I said, here's an idea. Let me do 5 shows in St. Louis next week, and all of them will have 20 people there.
Yeah, exactly. Smart. Stick to your roots. I would way rather do 14 club shows than 1 theater show. That's just who I am.
Oh, man, how nice would it be to pull up to a weekend and just do 1 show and then you go home?
Speak the truth, brother.
Yeah.
Speak the truth. God,
one day,
preach.
Dude. We'll get there.
We'll get there, dog.
This will fucking take off, and then we'll get there. We'll be doing live Son of a Boy Dad in fucking MSG.
That would be fun.
Imagine.
We'd probably need to work out the run of show.
We'd have to
work out the run of show a little bit.
Imagine that we just sitting down at like the center stage of MSG.
What's up, guys?
Like, what's up, dude? How was your weekend?
Yeah. You were in Boston, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys know Boston?
Where'd you get your lobster roll? I have no idea.
Hey, here's something we were thinking about at The Office.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the word, and I mean this. I'm going to say the word, so I don't want people to freak out.
What is it, retard?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that word. Ugh. So the word retard. We were talking at The Office off camera about how people were saying, is that word somehow becoming more acceptable to say?
Yeah.
And I don't know that it is. And I started thinking about it, and I thought, of all the slurs, the word retard is actually the one I probably feel, in some ways, I feel the worst about in terms of its application to...
Should we cut this?
No, but let me...
We're going to have to end the stream right here. I can think of one.
Hear me out.
That's a lot further
Obviously,
ahead.
there are ones that are worse, of course. But here's my...
We got to clip this out right here.
Let me finish the thought. The other bad slurs,
yeah,
the N-word, the F-word for gay culture, have been grasped by their own cultures and made in some way a shield behind which we can use.
But do gay dudes say the F slur a lot? I
Yes,
feel like
they do.
I don't hear that a
Mateo
ton.
says it on the stage all the time.
Yeah, I guess that's
Joey
true.
Camasta says it all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's funny.
You say it constantly.
I sure don't. I sure don't.
All right, so you think because the retards don't know that
Because they don't call each other affectionately, "What's up, my Ree?" "What's up, Rees?" Any Ree? Where my Rees at? Like they're not saying that. They haven't taken it, which must mean that it really offends them. You don't see at the opening ceremony of the Special Olympics some guy get up there and be like, "Where my Rees? Put your hands up, Rees in the house." You don't see it. It doesn't happen.
Oh man. Yeah, you're right. That's true.
And so
that's true.
It's
But was
not
it
in the
ever a word?
conversation.
But
It's
was it
not
ever a word that was used? I'm genuinely asking. I don't know. Was it ever a word that was used to put down special needs people? Because I know the other slurs.
Unfortunately, it was a legitimate like medical diagnosis.
Yeah, that was the medical term
for a long time, and then was not. I think it was not considered unacceptable, and it proliferated and became a synonym for stupid, and then it became denigrating to people of special needs. And so
yeah, but I don't know when it was ever like I don't remember ever saying it, because I remember we used to say, like, I mean, everyone still does, even if they pretend they don't. But I remember like I don't know, I've never said I've never said retard when I'm looking at a special needs person. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, but that people say the
maybe
same thing
autistic.
about
Maybe autistic.
Gay. They're like, I don't mean gay to mean man on man. I mean it to mean stupid. And it's like, well, is that better?
Yes.
Why?
Definitely.
Why would you say that equating someone's sexual preference to stupidity?
I don't know. I just remember when gay got phased out, and that was like
somehow
when I
not
was
bad.
Gay was in between 8th grade and 9th grade for me, because I remember in 8th grade you'd just say it, everything was gay.
Yep.
And then 9th grade it was like, you're not allowed to say that.
Right.
And then everyone was like, okay, we'll stop saying it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know, but my look, if people of special needs appropriated the word for themselves,
yeah,
I think everyone would loosen up a little bit, maybe.
No, I think once they take ownership of it, that's when it's totally over.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, you might be right about that.
Yeah. That's when I'm like, oh shit, only they can say it.
Yeah, but there'd still be some.
But I have attention deficit disorder. So I'm allowed to.
You're going to claim it?
I'm claiming it right now.
I don't know that that's.
I'm claiming it.
I think that's too distant of a cousin.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think
you're
that's
probably right.
Enough of a wound.
Is autism close enough?
They might get a stake in it.
I don't think they get a stake. I think we all know who gets a stake.
You want to
Down syndrome people.
Yeah, I think that's 100%. Probably the flag bearer.
Yeah. Oh man, that was super funny. That killed me. Is that were you saying that in the office?
No, I thought about that on the way here. Yeah. I left the conversation and then biked here, and I was like, I wonder, has anyone made this point
I feel like I've heard this conversation a lot in the office.
Yeah, we got some really feeble-minded people there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 90% of the people in the office would be allowed to say it if the special needs community claimed it.
Maybe there should be a test.
Yeah, there should be.
You know, a written test. If you score low enough, you have access to the word.
Yeah.
Okay, how are you? What's going on with your life?
I'm good, dude. I'm just fucking hanging out. I've been back on Fortnite grind heavily. Mook got me back in it. Got 2 wins yesterday, no wins today, but I only played for an hour today.
When
right
you
before
win,
you got
are
here.
you talking about you're battling 120 other guys and you win the whole thing?
Yeah.
That's you win that?
Yeah. But it's when I first got when you don't play for a while, you get put in these like super low level lobbies, and I'm such a fucking great video game player that I easily we won our first game on, no problem.
Oh, because you've been relegated.
We've been brought down a level, but we still are that good.
I said relegated. You said brought down a level.
Yes, exactly.
Which is not a word.
So yeah, I've been playing a lot of video games, dude. I've been on like a health kick as of today.
Come on.
Or yesterday too. So this is actually funny. Jenks, you know Jenks?
Only
just from the social media.
Sure.
Jenks posted. So Frank the Tank is losing weight, and he looks good. He's lost like a lot of weight, and they posted like his his plan to lose weight, and it was like we're hitting 10,000 steps every day for the last like month straight, and I was like, dude, I don't even get close to 10,000 steps a day, and I was like, I can't let Frank be getting more steps a day than me. So the last 2 days I've gotten 10,000 steps.
They say that's the goal, right?
You're supposed to get 10,000 a day. That's like the ideal number. I think it's like if you're overweight and you get 10,000 steps a day, you lose a pound a week. Something like that. I don't know. But I got my fucking Fitbit back on.
I feel like I could counter the 10,000 steps by eating enough.
Yeah, I don't know. But I think it's just like it's good to be moving around. So I woke up today.
I mean, how often?
Did a little hour stroll.
Here's a question.
By the water. Got some coffee.
That's good to hear.
Had a panic attack.
From the coffee?
Almost.
How often do you not leave your apartment for a full day?
Oof. So Sundays, I'll usually never leave my apartment.
We call that occupying. I call that occupying.
Yeah. So I didn't leave, but I don't think I left my apartment Sunday or Monday, because Monday Roan came over to film, and I woke up kind of late because I was flying and I had a busy ass weekend, so I slept in. Woke up late. Roan came over. We filmed. By the time we were done filming, it was dark out, and then I just sat here and fucking watched TV.
Nice. That's a good day.
But I didn't leave my apartment on Sunday, or I guess I did because I didn't get back until like 6 p.m. But it's not fun. It's not a good feeling when you walk outside and you're like, oh shit, this is my first time seeing the sun in 48 hours.
Yeah, it's dark.
Yeah, but I've had some weekends. Not really anymore because I'm doing shows every weekend, but like I've had some weekends where I don't leave the apartment for 72 hours. And then Monday I'll go to work and I'll be like, oh, you feel like shit when that happens.
Yeah, I mean, no offense, but it's not exactly like a nice apartment.
Well, it is a very nice apartment. It's just there's no decor or anything.
It feels like a place that you would hide someone.
Dude, if you think this is a bad apartment, you've never seen my old apartments.
I'm being an asshole. I lived in a smaller apartment than this.
Oh man, my last apartment was half the size of this.
Really?
Oh yeah. And I lived in it with 3 dudes.
Where's your bedroom?
Down there.
Can I tell this guy to stop drilling? What is he doing? Can they
Have you been able to hear that the whole time?
Can they hear that?
No, definitely not.
You sure about that?
They can only hear us talking into here.
You sure about that? All right, fine.
Yeah, we're good.
Don't
worry about him. It's this fucking dude across the street who keeps bringing out the leaf blower, and there's never leaves, but every single day for hours he's just blowing shit around. That's got to be like a good cool down though. If you're got a lot of energy, you just go outside and just start blowing shit around.
Why would that be a cool down?
Because it's probably like relieves stress. It's fun. Have you ever used a leaf blower? It's fun as hell.
I find it satisfying.
It's very satisfying, and it's fun. It's like using a power washer.
I like chores where you can see the progress of your work.
Yeah, you know what was never as satisfying as I expected it to be was a snow blower.
Why not?
You ever use a snow blower?
No.
We got a snow blower.
Walk.
We shoveled forever, and then we got a snow blower, and we used it like twice, and we're like back to shoveling.
Why? It didn't work that well?
It doesn't work that well, and it's like picking up rocks and like shooting them at the house. We like broke one of the windows in our house as a rock just came at it like going 90 miles per hour.
But you can get a higher end snowblower that sifts through snow and rock and discards the rocks and only blows the snow.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
You guys sounds like you got a cheap one.
We did. It was a push one. Just a quick. I think are they all push?
Yeah, they're all.
I'd imagine there's a sit down.
There's no.
I'd imagine there's like a John Deere
riding
attachment.
snowblower.
There's got to be like John Deere's got to have like an attachment for that.
Yeah, Johnny D does. We had a John Deere. We had a full John Deere, one that we had a bucket in the front and then a plow in the back.
We had one for a while.
So we had to plow our own driveway because it was like the driveway. We were so deep in the woods that the guy who the town wouldn't plow our driveway.
Yeah, we always had, one of my sisters had a friend whose dad would come and do it a lot.
That's nice.
Yeah, but dude, shoveling.
Tommy Smokes was saying today on the bracket that
Tommy's probably never had to shovel a driveway.
He and his buddies would go around on snow days and they would get $15 an hour. And he was like, and I hated it. It wasn't worth it. I was like, dude, what?
I feel like it's the standard. It's like $20 a driveway.
I mean, dude, I feel like I got paid $3.
Well, yeah, but you're also way older than Tommy. Inflation, brother. Think before you speak.
That's just Maine versus rich Long Island.
But he is not even from Long Island, is he?
He is.
I thought he was from like Brooklyn.
No, I think he's from Long Island.
Oh, I always thought that Tommy Litt grew up like in the city.
Well, he went to Fordham. That's probably why.
That's in the Bronx, right?
Yeah, it's in the Bronx.
But even, I guess Long Island. But Long Island, they don't even have like, I guess there are places in Long Island where it's fucking big ass houses. But I feel like
majority
of Long Island is like small driveways.
No, bro, Long Island is wealth.
Well, I know it's rich, but I don't know. I've been to Long Island a bunch.
What part?
I don't know. Not that far out from the city.
Yeah, you ever go to that North Shore?
When I went where Frankie and like Stu and all them live.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
That's pretty nice.
But the north part is the Gold Coast.
The Gold Coast.
That's where Wolf of Wall Street
is based
lived.
on. Oh, really?
Remember that house that he flies the helicopter home to?
Yeah.
That's on the North Shore, I think. And it's also where the Great Gatsby was set.
Really?
Yeah, East Egg, I think, is a fictional town, but it may not actually be, but it's based on a town out there on the North Shore looking across the Long Island Sound.
That's interesting. Did you ever read the book?
I read it a couple times.
Did you watch the movie?
Yep.
What did you think about the movie?
The one with Leo?
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Mid.
Why ask if you're going to fucking interrupt
because I want to know.
My opinion.
You said it was good. I said it was mid.
I was just saying good because I thought you liked it, and I wanted you to not feel bad.
So you think it's mid, too?
I didn't think it was great. It's Boz Luhrmann. I like that guy.
Yeah? I don't know any of his work.
He does all this colorful, whimsical shit. He did Moulin Rouge, I think, which I actually really liked.
Moulin.
Yeah.
Rouge.
That's it.
Fuck yeah.
This is going great. This is one of our best ones.
You think?
Yeah, man. We got it going today.
That Special Olympics or our slur bit that you had was very, very funny.
I appreciate that. I had
should do that on stage.
Like that. We'll see. Well, so you got your big show tonight. You got your New York Comedy Festival show tonight.
Yeah, I'm not really that like fucking. I feel like people are like hyping this up to me. It's like, dude, I'm just doing a spot. Like I'm gonna do like a 15 to 20 minute set.
What do you mean people are hyping it up to you? Who's hyping
like people
it up?
Like I had my show yesterday, the bar show, and everyone's like, dude, good luck tomorrow. Like you're the killer. I'm like, dude, I'm not. It's a show.
Yeah, right.
It's not like I'm doing fucking MSG.
No.
But yeah, it should be a good time. I'm excited. I'm excited to see my pals.
Who you got on the show?
No spoilers, brother.
All right, fine.
We'll have to wait and see.
Keep it close to the tits.
Nobody. Just me. Imagine if I just went up there for an hour and a half. Chappelle style.
I was doing long sets in Boston. I did 2 that were an hour and 15.
Dude, I had a fucking...
That's a marathon.
When I was in Raleigh, I had to get off and like I got the notification on my phone. It was like, Uber's here. It'll wait for 5 minutes. And I did like 2 minutes more of material. Got out, went straight to the Uber. Had to go to the airport, go home.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy.
What are you talking about?
It was a fucking rush.
What are you talking about?
Like I was a hustler.
You had called an Uber during your show?
I had to schedule an Uber to pick me up so I could go to the airport. And like as soon as I got off stage, I had to grab my bag and rush out to the Uber.
You had a super late flight?
Yeah.
What time?
Well, no, I only did one show on Saturday or on Friday.
You did one show in Raleigh on Friday?
Yeah.
At Good Nights?
Yes.
How was that? People love that club.
So fun.
Did you sell it out?
Yeah. I sold out the second one. I don't think I sold out the first one.
Oh, you had 2 shows?
I had one on Friday, one on Thursday, one on Friday. I was supposed to do a full weekend, but I had to go home for this funeral, so everything got like moved around.
Your grandfather?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
How are you doing?
Good.
I'm not being weird.
You are being weird.
No, I'm not. I'm being sincere. That's a normal question to ask when someone close to you has passed away.
Yeah, fine.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
You started laughing.
Yeah, because it's uncomfortable. And you're staring right through my soul.
I feel for you. I worry about you. Checking on you.
I'm doing good.
Were you close to him?
Yes.
Do you not want to talk about it on the podcast?
No, not at all.
It's important to share, though.
It's not. I don't think it is. I would share outside of the podcast. I just don't like talking about it.
We'll move on. I'm not going to make you squirm. Ooh, speaking of, I got a tooth cleaning today at the dentist.
Yeah, I got to go to the dentist.
And they asked me, they go, do you want George? And I said, who's George? And George will give you a foot massage while they're cleaning your teeth.
Did you say yes?
$1 an hour.
Dude, what dentist are you going to? Is it in
same
Chinatown?
One that all the
George will jerk you off. George will suck you off while looking at your teeth.
I mean, it was.
How does that sound?
I was getting it good at both ends. Pal.
You got it? You're gonna pay? They made you pay $1.50 an hour?
$1 an hour. That's a 15-minute foot massage for $20 because I tipped him $5.
Dude, that's insane.
Bro, I'm getting my teeth.
How is he doing both?
My gums are bleeding.
How is he doing both?
They're sitting me up to swirl and spit, and I'm watching chunks of my own mouth fall into the sink.
It's so gross, dude.
But meanwhile, all that hacking and sawing is bothering me way less because my tooties are getting tussle.
Dude, I think you got like molested.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you got molested by your dentist.
He stayed in the right zone.
So did they keep George in like a cage? And they're like, bring out George.
He's on hand. He's on hand. And I don't think he gets a lot of work.
I don't think he does either.
I've been going to this dentist for years. They've offered it every time, and every time I have turned it down.
Yeah, dude,
I've been too weirded out.
That is so weird.
Finally today I said, you know what?
Bring out George.
Give me George. Give me George. I'm curious about
is George like a licensed dentist?
No, he's not a dentist at all.
So George just he came up that feels like a Shark Tank idea gone wrong.
Bro,
and he was like,
awesome. And then I asked the tooth hygienist, I said, I don't know if that's what they're called. I said, do people get George a lot? And she goes, oh, he does really well.
Really? For $1 an hour? Dude, George has to up that rate. If someone's going to get the foot massage, make it $2 an hour.
It's not so bad.
He could up that 100%.
That might have
would
priced
still
me out.
Not blink.
That might have priced me out.
You think?
I would say it was the price that made me finally.
Oh, so he's not even that good with his hands.
He's pretty darn good. I thought B+.
So let me get this straight. So you are getting your teeth cleaned, or they're doing the typical dentist
and
run.
he insists on taking your shoes and socks off for you.
Yeah, dude, he's a pervert.
No,
was it Jerry?
No, he stayed in the right spots. He wasn't doing anything weird, man. It was.
I know. I don't think he was, but I'm just trying to get
lotions.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm just trying to get the right idea.
So potions and lotions.
George was not your dentist.
No.
Okay, so there's.
Of course not.
Your dentist is working, and then George is at the other end of the table, and he's massaging.
Down at the feet, and she's up at my face.
Dude, this might be the first time that's ever happened.
No, that's not true.
I think this was George's like big break.
No way, Jose.
It sounds like they had him in like the box in fucking Pulp Fiction where they bring out the gimp. And they're like, bring out George, and George crawls out from a fucking
I'm telling you,
tiny ass box.
George was so sure-handed that if my dentist had passed out, I would have let him take over the mouth. That's how good he was.
Massage those gums.
Yeah. He knew what he was doing.
That's crazy.
He knew his way around some metatarsals.
That's honestly not a bad idea, though. They should make
look
that.
Who's come around. Look who's. Oh, that's crazy. You were getting molested. Oh, it's not.
Well, you were definitely getting molested.
No,
but I honestly think take it to the next level. Be like, here's an idea. For $2, George will jerk you off.
I actually think the penis is too close to the mouth, and it would interfere with the cleaning.
It would probably you'd be bopping your head around.
That's
too.
it.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, George is really getting into my sort of my fasciitis.
Was he going? Did he ever go past the foot? Maybe get to the thighs, the legs.
No. He rolled my pants and he tried to roll them up over my calf, but my calves are so thunderous, and I was wearing some skinnier pants today, which you can see.
Yeah.
He couldn't even get. He couldn't. Do you want to try? Try to get my pants over my calves. You can't do it.
Yeah, you really can't. So he must have been pissed about that.
Well,
You're lucky he didn't bring the scissors out.
I was almost. I thought he was going to ask for a tool from the dentist.
How funny would that be if you sawed your pants off?
Get these things the jaws of life.
Like when a fucking soldier gets shot, they got to put the fucking tourniquet on.
Yeah, but he rolled it up to about here, and then he kind of went from lower calf down through the foot. And there was a time when he was
probably itching to get his paws on those thighs.
I thought so. Maybe. No, he was a pro.
If he's charging $1 an hour, you could easily be like, George, after this is done, $50, I'm going to fuck you in the ass. And he'd be like, dude, that's 50 hours of work for him.
Not the George I know.
Dude, that's 50 hours of work.
That is not.
You don't think he would do that?
Translation of that rate.
I would 100% do that if I was him.
Way off.
100? That's like a fucking week of work for George.
100? No, that's just 5 massages.
You said it was $1 an hour.
Yeah, and I did a 20-minute massage. I did a 15, and I tipped him 5. Because he did say initially.
If it's $1 an hour, a 15-minute massage would be like 15, or it would be like less than 15 cents.
No, it was not $1 an hour, $1 a minute.
Oh, okay. So this is where this makes more sense.
Forgive me. $1 a minute.
I thought this guy was working like slave wage. $1 an hour. That's why I was saying that they probably bring him out of a box. Yeah,
Imagine
you should have cleared that. You should have cleared that up a while ago.
Dentist's office was paid $1.
That's why I said if you said I'll fuck you in the ass for $50, he would be like 100%.
Those are rates you hear about when it's like you're talking about countries like Burma and places you've never even heard of. Where they're
$1 an hour
for this quarter, you could feed a family of 7.
Yeah. Okay, that makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah,
$1 a minute.
$1 a minute.
Okay, that's better.
It's a pretty good rate. I mean,
that's not a bad rate.
No, it's not a bad
Okay,
rate.
so see, now I understand why you said 2 would be kind of making you think twice about it.
Forgive me. I was so focused on...
Dude, you said $1 an hour like 20
you're right,
times.
and because I was so stuck on it.
And I kept on being like $1 an hour. That's okay. That makes more sense. $1 a minute's a lot more standard price.
Yeah.
I've never gotten a massage.
Not one time in your
never
life?
in my life.
I didn't growing up ever.
I've used a heating pad a couple times.
Those are nice.
Those are very fun.
Those are nice. I got growing up I was told it was the most sort of lavish expense. Our family shunned them.
Well, some people ball out on them.
No, I know, but like even crappy ones, it was like we're not doing that.
Yeah.
We're not doing that. It's what a waste of time.
I just take a fucking shower. Loosen up that way.
Well, then you get to a point in your life where you're like, well, wait a second. I spent $98 on fucking dumb shots last night.
Yeah.
Like redheaded slut stepchild shots at some shitty tavern in Rochester.
What is a redhead slutty shot?
It's some kind of a shot. Redheaded stepchild or something.
Is this a real thing?
Slut? Those are shots.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
You know, it's some goofy bullshit. It's got like tons of sugar and it doesn't taste like anything. So you get a bunch of those, and then you're like, well, for that same price, I could have been lying down for an hour with a professional masseuse.
Yeah.
Kneading out kinks in my neck. That would have been money better spent, probably.
Yeah, maybe when I get to maybe when I get to my 30s, I'll start getting fucking strung out. Or not strung out.
What do you think is going to happen between now and your 30th birthday?
I'm sure my muscles will tighten up. I won't be as young and...
That's not really what I mean. I mean more broadly.
Oh, geez, I have no idea.
Sometimes I worry you're growing up way too quickly.
I don't think so.
You're one of the most mature people I've ever met, and that worries me. I want you to be young.
Brother, I am young.
But you're not. You don't act it.
Dude.
That's why you're able to hang out with all these older people and not have it be weird.
I don't know. I don't know what you want me to do.
Well, I want you to hold on to your youth a little bit.
I think I am. Just played video games for an hour. Probably gonna play for another 4 hours.
Let's
before
go
my
out
show.
Let's go out and do some stupid shit. Let's go vandalize some shit. Let's go dump some trash cans over.
Break some bottles.
Make some wolf sounds.
I know.
Just a night of us terrorizing the town.
It's a bummer that you can't do the show. I was looking forward to hanging. It's gonna be a good hang tonight. Legendary hang.
Let me see if I can.
No, don't. You do not have to do that. I'm fucking with you. I just meant
breaking my heart.
It would have been fun. Like it's 4
spot.
p.m. We could just head straight to Society's right after this.
Fuck me.
Play some pool. Have a couple
the right
fucking
songs.
lights, Bud lattes.
You're singing the right songs,
brother. I got 3 Bud lattes in the fridge right now, waiting for us.
Should we crack one?
We could. You want
to?
Do you
think that's gonna make people judge us, considering it's
No, we used to drink on the yak all the time.
a trans potion.
No. Oh, yeah, 100%. We might lose some viewers. But you know what? We'll probably gain some viewers, too. The trans community.
All
You've
right.
already won over the deaf community.
Let me go get us some Bud Lattes.
No, you stay and talk.
Oh, okay. I
grab
got you.
them.
I'll hold it
My
down.
fridge smells bad.
This is something I've struggled with, and I'm going to do a bit right now. Go for it. So, the whole gender movement that's happening right now, right? You guys... on one hand is some people say it's binary, men and women, and then other people say it's a more fluid concept. You've got a spectrum. And the war is being waged on two sides, one by Bud Light on the far left, the woke bullshit left. Bud Light, they're pushing forward the trans ideology. And then on the other side, you have a hero in the author of Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling. And if you had told me 10 years ago that the war on gender would be waged between Bud Light and the author of Harry Potter, I would have said there's no chance that's true. But it's not really the same podcast without Lil Sasquatch, is it now? I feel like I'm kind of going crazy, but that's okay. I wish you guys could see what I'm looking at. His apartment. It's rather bare. I meant when I said this is where you would hide somebody. This feels like a safe house. And then the guy who is being hidden here feels like he's been forgotten and starts going crazy. and they say just wait a couple weeks more until the coast is clear. We're working on your papers. Of course, that plan fails. He's discovered, and then you've got the plot of The Pianist. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that with Adrian Brody. What a movie. That's quite a film. That scene where he plays, I think it's Chopin's G minor, the ballad in G minor for the Nazi who discovers him. It's one of the most powerful scenes. Not in the least because that is one of the hardest pieces to play on the piano. I always wondered about the historical accuracy. It's not, by the way, it's not the G minor ballad. It's Rachmaninoff. That's who he plays. Still incredibly hard. I'm just trying to fill time, and I don't know if
I could hear you.
It was
hear
hard.
you talking in the bathroom.
I actually don't even know if I said any of that out loud.
I was listening in the bathroom.
I'm going to be honest with you.
It is so funny that we're doing this in my apartment. When I just walked to the bathroom, that was like the first time I realized that it's like we're live. And I'm like, oh shit, I got to go take a piss. And then everyone just like hears my toilet flushing. Mm-hmm. But I actually didn't flush it on purpose because I didn't want them to hear it.
How come these aren't that cold?
Is it not that cold?
Have they been in your fridge for a while?
No.
Oh, okay. That's a relief. I just thought your fridge was...
This one's cold. This one's ice cold.
Oh, what a good host you are.
I know.
Give me the fucking
that one should be pretty cold though, right?
It's okay. It's probably like 49 degrees.
Oh.
And I want it to be 43.
That's terrible. 49 degrees.
You keep your fridge at what, 39 or 43? What do you keep it at?
Dude, mine does not have settings.
But most default refrigerators are kept at what?
Probably like 39.
Maybe we could get a quick
chat.
Quick chat weigh in on this. What is the typical temperature that a refrigerator is kept at?
You probably won't hear back from them.
Is it 39 or 43? Please weigh in.
Were you talking about The Pianist?
37?
37,
that
all right.
seems low.
That makes sense.
I wouldn't have thought it was 37.
Oh, 36?
All right.
See, now they're just going to fuck with you.
They're going way low.
Yeah. But 36 sounds standard.
Yeah.
Sounds ideal.
It's definitely not 32. That's the freezing point
32 is freezing, but my freezer doesn't work, so I can't freeze shit, which is annoying.
Hey, cheers, old boy. This is fun.
Yeah.
Oh, you're firing up another pod?
Yeah.
Oh, you're back on Juul.
Yeah, so...
I'm so happy to see that.
Well, I only am because, I don't know, that other... Like, I gotta quit, and I that other shit is not... It's not... Like, it's not good either, but that stuff has got to be worse.
This is the way. I think Juul is the way. I watched the documentary.
I know. I was talking about the documentary last night with Derek Drescher.
Did you watch it?
No, he was just talking about how good it was.
It's
and I was
so
saying
good.
Francis loves it.
I thought it was amazing, and it also made me think that Juul's really not that bad for you. Now, that may just be selective presenting of the facts from a pro-Juul documentary filmmaker.
What did they say about Juul that made you think it's not that bad for you?
Well, they dispelled the whole theory that it was what was sending all those kids to the hospital.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Haven't we talked about this, you and I?
We did. We've talked about it on here, but I believe that was a bad stream when we were talking about it.
Oh, I see.
We can run this back.
Yeah, they dispelled all that. All those kids that went to the hospital were kids that were buying black market bullshit.
Black market bunk.
Knockoff pods and stuff from, corner stores. Yeah. That wasn't actually from Juul. And that apparently if you looked at the kids who were admitted to those hospitals with lung failure, not one of them had actually
bought in real Juul pods.
It had not happened as a result of real Juul pods.
Well, I think the concern is about long-term effects.
True, and I think nobody would say that smoking Juuls as often as everyone started to do is good for you. But I think with you, what we're talking about is it better than smoking those ridiculous...
It is. It has to be.
Rubber ducky flavored...
Like fucking cotton candy flume bars.
Ridiculous... turquoise blue, bring this in the bathtub with you.
Well, because then you see those videos in like Asia of the dudes fucking making them for like 10 cents a piece, and they're testing them out rapid fire. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, actually, I think my buddy George was one of the guys making those.
Dude, I was reading the chat when I was in the bathroom, and someone asked if George uses spit or lotion. Oh man,
using the drool from my own mouth.
Ew, that's so gross.
The webbing between my toes.
Ew.
He did get into the webbing. Are you a webbing guy? Can you handle the webbing?
What do you mean?
Can you handle when someone touches the webbing in your hands or your toes? Some people can't.
Hands, yeah. Toes, I don't think anyone's ever.
No one's ever gotten into
I don't think
webbing?
anyone has touched my feet like outside of my parents.
Why don't you take that sock off? Let's see what
God,
kind of
no.
webbing you're working
God,
with.
no.
My question is this. When you swim, does your webbing help you with your kick?
No.
They say that Michael Phelps had pretty big
He
webbing.
had webbed toes.
He had webbing. Yeah, it's like swimming with flippers. In fact, you couldn't discern one toe from the next. It was just flat all the way across the top,
hilarious.
like a paddle.
Dude, that should be like, you should be able to do that. You should be able to get like webbing extensions, like a breast job. I was gonna say breast implants.
Have you had a breast job recently?
You should be able, but if you're a swimmer, you should be able to get fucking webbing extensions and just turn into flippers.
I'm sure that is something that has been forbidden by the Olympics committee or whatever. But I don't know for sure.
It seems like they're pretty loose on rules over there.
How many whacks of that are you going to take today?
I don't know why.
Well, you've already taken a few whacks, and I think you got to try to taper back.
I am.
Okay.
That's why I bought that.
All right.
Dick.
What flavor?
Menthol.
Yeah. Nice.
Extra vitamin E.
Can you still buy the mango ones that everyone went nuts over?
All that shit's gone.
Come on, someone out there had to have seen that the FDA was going to ban it and said, "I'm going to buy 400,000 mango pods."
A kid in my high school, when they were banning like all the flavored ones, he bought like $1,000 worth of mango pods and then sold them for like
a huge markup.
$100 a pack.
He should have held them even longer.
Yeah, but they probably go bad.
Do they now?
Yeah, definitely.
I wonder. That's like our Quaaludes.
Yeah, see, Quaaludes were gone before I was around.
Me too.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I forgot that you're not that much older than me.
I am, but I mean,
but you're not like 80 years older than me.
That's a generational jump even for me.
Yeah.
That's a generational jump
Ludes.
for me.
Did you, be honest, I wonder if this is just my generation. Did you have any idea what Ludes were before Wolf of Wall Street?
I'd never heard of it.
Until Wolf of Wall Street?
Correct.
Yeah.
I had never heard of it.
Yeah. I had no idea. And then I noticed it more. Like I noticed like there's a couple Always Sunny episodes where they talk about Quaaludes. Frank talks about them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it's when he goes to the frat party and Frank's like, "Where are the Ludes at?" And all the kids are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" That show is so goddamn good.
It's so good. So good.
I bet it would be so cool to be a writer on a show like that.
Yeah. You know who wrote a lot for that show?
The Succession dudes, right?
Isn't
it like one of the families that Succession's based off of? I think 2 of the kids are writers on Always Sunny.
I wonder if you're not confusing that with exactly the people I'm about to tell you, which is Peter Chernon's 2 sons.
Yeah, the Chernons.
They were producers and writers on that show.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
But Succession isn't based on them.
I think Succession is based on a couple different families.
Succession is based on the Murdoch family.
No, it's based on you can look it up. It's based on multiple families.
No, it's just the Murdochs.
It is. No, I don't think it is.
Yeah, it is. Rupert Murdoch is the Logan, and then his kids. That whole empire. That was the whole story.
That's interesting. Should we do? Oh, we got to do an ad.
Oh, let's do it. Hell yeah, let's fire it off.
All right, let's talk about Factor.
These are so delicious.
So I don't even know if you didn't go in my fridge. I got like 10 Factors in there right now. I've had 3 Factors in the last 24 hours.
Love
I'm
that.
a big fucking Factor guy. And I don't know if you've seen, everyone else in my building is too.
Are they now?
Oh, dude, there's Factor boxes all over the place.
Wow.
I get like, I think I get 8 meals a week.
Oh, that's
one of my neighbors gets like the fucking big ass box, which is like 20 meals a week.
That's good. Hungry. I like your neighbor.
It's good, dude. Most of the meals are like 500 calories, which is good. It keeps you nice and restricted.
That's nice.
And they're good meals. It's like they taste good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a terrible cook, and if I want to eat healthy, I pretty much can only just eat chicken and rice and broccoli every single meal, which gets boring. So I can now eat healthy, and I get like a nice variety. I get some pork and pasta with some tomato sauce and some broccoli. I'm eating more veggies this year, like in the last month, from Factor than I have eaten in the last 4 years.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah, because every meal I'm eating green beans and fucking asparagus and cucumbers and broccoli and carrots and peppers. So I'm genuinely a big Factor guy. I use it constantly. Everyone in my neighborhood uses it. You can head to factors.com/sun50 and use code sun50 to get 50% off of your order.
That's not the right URL. It's factormeals.com/sun50.
Isn't that what I said?
And you said factors.com. You missed it by a lot.
I'm a little blind.
It's factormeals.com/sun50 and use code sun50 to get 50% off. That's a really good deal, guys. We love these meals. We eat them all the time.
I'm actually going to use that deal because I'm paying full price.
It's worth it.
Yeah, if I could get 50% off. It's
Even
also, dude,
better.
it's cheap. Like, it's not that expensive every week, and compared to how much you would spend on groceries, like in New York, you're saving a ton of money.
Totally.
Because I don't have to go out and buy a bunch of fucking, like, spices and shit.
Right.
Every time I cook something at home, I got to go out and I got to buy spices.
Oh, because you actually follow the recipes?
Yeah, and I don't have what I need.
Right.
Unless I make something just like steak and potatoes and Brussels.
Yeah.
But I like to mix it up sometimes.
Mix it up. And you can do that with Factor. That's the variety we want in life. Go to factormeals.com.
They got keto options. They got low carb.
Yeah.
They got everything. It's great.
Don't forget that code SUN50.
Factormeals.com/sun50 and use code SUN50 to get 50% off of your order. Now back to the show.
Oh, boy, am I glad that's over.
Isn't that so cool? Dude, this is so cool.
This is really going well. I'm having a great time.
I'm enjoying doing this. Like, I'm enjoying, like, I was telling Roan yesterday, I feel like I've gotten like a second wind with the podcast.
Nice.
Like, I'm having a good time, like, setting it up and like making sure the lighting looks good and the audio, which I hope the lighting looks good today. I put up a curtain or a sheet.
We could get serious about this.
I know.
If you wanted, we could actually get some good lighting.
Well, I think this lighting's pretty good. But we could get better lighting.
We could really make it amazing. And we could get some depth so that we didn't just have this white wall behind us.
Yeah, well, I have shit that I could put up. I got a bunch of posters and stuff.
Kind of looks like we're going to make a jihad video.
Yeah, or we're on like the fucking, what is that couch? The casting couch.
I once watched one of those videos.
I've never seen one. I just know the couch.
And the guy, I think he got in trouble. Didn't he, that guy? Didn't he get found out that he was not a good guy?
I would assume most dudes in porn, probably not the best guys.
Probably not the best
but
guys.
I've heard that there's only like a couple dudes in porn, and they're just fucking everybody.
That's probably true. But I heard that guy in particular. Well, what I was going to say is one time I was watching a video, and he told the girl that he was going to, I think, have anal sex with her. Mm-hmm. And she said, "Oh, that's going to hurt." And he goes, "Don't worry, I don't have a very big cock."
Yeah. Which is a lie.
No, he didn't. And that was the first time I had heard such honesty in a pornographic scene.
Oh, they said this in the porno?
He said it in this scene.
Oh, I thought you were reading like an interview.
No. No. I don't read porn interviews. What are you out of your fucking mind?
I don't know if there's something that George
really
told you about.
Dark, dude.
George is probably in the porn industry. Do you think to get into becoming like a professional foot masseuse, you have to like
he's a man, so I think we would say masseur.
Masseur. Do you have a foot fetish, or is that just like last hope?
Look, some people do backs, some people do feet. Some
I would rather do backs.
The all around. It's like being a doctor. Why do you specialize? Well, my dad did feet. I do feet.
Pediatricians. I do kids.
I don't know if there are a whole lot of kid masseuses and masseurs.
Yeah, there probably aren't.
Hi, my 12-year-old is here for the 3 p.m. Kid massage. We do Is your child tight? Is your child experiencing a lot of stress from...
Meet George.
Well, meet our trained staff of professionals. We've
brought George
thorough background checks on each and every one of them. And we do them every 30 days to stay ADA compliant.
What you should have done is you should have brought George here. Get him on the pod. I'd love to crack that guy open.
When I had finished, because I only did him. I only did his I said I want 15 minutes. He said, "Do you want 20 minutes or 30 minutes?" And I said, "That's too much. I'm too scared. I don't know how this is going to go." So I said 15. And so he wrapped up, and I immediately regretted not doing the full 30. Except if I had done the full 30, that would have meant that George would have overlapped with the doctor that they bring in at the end of the dentist.
Oh, yeah. The doctor.
Who comes in and he's like,
They
hi
don't do
there.
shit. Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello, Francis.
How's your family?
Francis.
Good to see you again.
I've talked to the nurse. She said you're looking great.
And then he goes
No
into your mouth and he's
cavities.
like, he starts poking around and you're like, dude, this is way less advanced
I
than what
know.
was just done to me.
And then he's like, can I actually see the x-ray for E17?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, all the teeth are numbered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he'll ask you something that has nothing to do with your mouth because he thinks he's a doctor.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe they are. I don't really understand that distinction.
They probably are.
I think they're getting off 2 exits shy of a full doctorship.
I feel like teeth, like cleaning teeth and shit can't be that hard to learn. It can't be anything harder than
But
just
they're
fucking...
not cleaning. The doctors, those dentist doctors.
So what does the doctor do?
It's a different track. Well, he'll go.
Because I haven't been to the dentist in years.
I think he'll do complicated stuff like root canals and crowns that
I've heard that those are a nightmare.
dental hygienist can't do.
Have you ever gotten a crown?
No,
Root
my
canal?
teeth have been in pretty good shape my whole life.
Yeah. Mine were in good shape for a while, and now they're not.
When I got out of my session, though, and I scheduled my next session, I walked out into the waiting room, and George was sitting in the waiting room reading a magazine.
Dude, I don't think George works there. And I think that they were just like, yeah, bring in George. Like, George was like asked, oh, we just lost the camera.
Hang on a second. Are we still here? We still got
The audio should still be going. Yeah, hold on 1 second.
Hey, give us a sign, commenters, if the audio is still running. Just make sure that we are still connected to you guys. Bringing back the camera now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No. Yep. Got the camera back. Oh, we're okay. Everyone, we're all right. Happy days. Don't you worry. Oh, boy.
Yeah. This is probably the longest live stream we've ever done, so there's a chance that the camera might be overheating. I got to get another extension so that the battery plugs right into the wall, which is a fucking pain in the ass.
Oh, the box of Glad bags isn't providing proper ventilation for the camera?
No, I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is that the battery gets overwhelmed when it's plugged, I don't know, it's a whole thing. You wouldn't know it.
Hey, I'm having fun. This was pretty fun.
I'm having fun too. We can end this whenever.
Let's wrap it.
All right. Well, I had a good time.
Me too, pal. That
Me
was
too.
great.
Yeah, it was fun. I
Thanks
also
for having me.
got a little buzz from the beer.
Yeah,
because I
buzz
have
it
not
up.
eaten enough.
Buzz Lightyear.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, comment, share. I'm going to be in St. Louis next weekend. So buy tickets to that at lilsasquatchwebsite.com.
Lovely. I'll be in Arlington, D.C. At the Arlington Draft House next weekend myself.
That'll be very fun.
I'm excited for that. Go to francisellis.com for comedy, for francisellis.com for tickets. Also, I'll be in Toronto and Providence to close out the year.
Fuck
Same
yeah.
place.
Those are good. That's a good fucking
I'm pumped.
lineup you got.
I got a good run of shows, yeah, coming up.
No, St. Louis.
All right.
Thank you guys. We'll see you guys.
Be well.
Have a good rest of your week. Have a good weekend.